Welcome to the Film Garage 208 podcast. My name is Sarah, and this is Daniel.
Hello.
Hello. Today we have with us Tate the Martian Martin.
Howdy, guys.
I did
MMA
it.
fighter.
He is an MMA fighter located here in Southeast Idaho.
Correct.
Okay, so just tell us more about you.
Yeah, so my family is from here. I grew up other places for my childhood, but pretty much from teen on, grew up here in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Wrestled throughout high school. And that's kind of what got me into the whole combat sport thing.
Okay.
You wrestled, you said?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Like in collegiate, did you do like freestyle or any of that?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them. Yeah, traveled quite a bit with it. Did the whole off season. I mean, I was wrestling like 9 months out of the year.
That sucks.
Sure.
Dan was a wrestler too.
Oh, okay, yeah. So just high school or?
Yeah, I did it through my junior year, like you did, like year round, and just collegiate, and then freestyle Greco in the summer, and it was just 3 years of just a lot.
Oh, it is.
Just on your body. You know,
It is.
It's a lot.
Yep.
There's moments that are good, but yeah,
Yep.
You have a lot of fun dieting stories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds really bad, like in high school.
I know, crazy stuff. Where I'm like, no, that wouldn't happen, but it. Yeah.
Literally, I'm like, that happened?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, before we dive into those stories, 'cause-
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, back to you.
Tell us about you.
It's all good. So anyways, wrestled through high school, kind of was supposed to go to college, but life events made that not happen. Choked my senior year at state. Decided kind of was like a wall to climb at that point. I was supposed to, so I was ranked second, was looking at taking it, and then lost my first round. 2 points away from teching, since wrestling, 2 points away from teching, and he pinned me with 30 seconds.
Oh, in like the worst way too.
Yep.
Teching, for anyone who doesn't know, means you beat by 15 points?
Yeah, 15 points.
And you're up 15, which is a lot. It's embarrassing. Basically, in baseball, when they ended by the fourth inning, if
Because there's no chance they could win.
Exactly.
So they basically got him to the most almost just whooped him and then pinned him.
Yeah, and then he pinned me, which ended the match. He wins.
Yeah. Ego punch.
Yo, 100%. Yep.
Huh.
And so after that, I decided not to do any sports for a while.
Oh, wow. It took you out of the game.
Oh, yeah. Kind of messed me up mentally.
Because, you did that for how long leading up to that point?
Well, from 4th grade. And that was
Oh
my
my God.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Yep.
That's a lot of mental dedication.
Oh, yeah.
For that sport. Just physically.
And you were ranked second.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And it's senior year, so you don't have your comeback.
Exactly. I just taken second the 2 years before that. I was looking for the first. It didn't happen.
My goodness.
Yeah, it happens for a reason, though, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, literally.
Yep.
It all snowballs from there.
Yep.
Okay, so what happened now?
And so I was just working.
Relive his worst
I know.
this whole time.
PTSD over here. So after that, I was just working normal jobs, and then, I want to say almost 4 years ago, my buddy, Tobin Owen, shout out to Tobin, he got me to start doing MMA over there at Lionheart MMA. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I think I've seen the logo.
Yeah, they're definitely probably the biggest gym in Idaho Falls, I'd say. So practiced with them for a while. Didn't want to compete though, just kind of doing it to stay active, healthy. And then 2 years later, I decided, you know what, why not? I might as well start competing.
Okay.
That brought me to January of this year. And then I've had 3 fights. 1, 2, lost 1. The latest one was the one I lost in decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are these fights being taken place?
So far, Idaho Falls in Utah.
It's octagon style MMA.
Yeah, like cage fighting, right?
Nice.
They lock you in a cage.
Yeah.
Interesting.
2 people go at it. Yeah. Full contact. It's not like point sparring or anything where you have to control your swings. You're trying to hurt the other person, but or submit them.
God, getting punched in the face sucks.
There's things that are worse. But you've been slammed, right? Wrestling. Yeah, I'd say that's probably worse.
Than getting hit in the face.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Or getting hit other areas really suck, your legs, spleen, liver. Ooh,
all of that would hurt. That doesn't sound great.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why I do it. I like the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's there was a stat I saw. It's 1% of the world does combat sports. Then of that 1%, only 1%.
Yeah.
And of that 1%, 1% of them compete. Then of those 1%, 1% are the best.
So it's literally minor.
Count them on your hand. How many people are at that top level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the idea with the whole MMA thing is go to the top level, you know, put Idaho Falls on the map.
Yeah. What does the local MMA community look like around here?
I'd imagine a lot more scarce than other areas.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just wondering about the
Yeah.
opportunities.
Where do they even do these?
Yeah.
Like where's the event held when they do them?
So my first fight was in Mountain America, the Hero Arena.
Oh, so it's a big area they do it in.
Yeah, that's with one promoter. So like you have promoters, and they're the ones that put on the events. They're like matchmakers.
So they're
all
all
that, right?
different.
Yeah. So it depends where. Like my second fight was in Fort Hall at the Timby Hall. I don't know if you know.
That's
what that
cool
is.
still.
Okay.
No
So
Mountain
is Fort
America.
Hall putting that one on, or it's just another promoter that?
Another promoter. Yeah. So that promoter, his name's Juan Pablo, and he's with Mountain Force.
Hmm.
And then Fierce, his name is Zach Partridge.
So is it normally like a certain gym that'll kind of host it?
No, they do. It's
There's like
promoters.
a program, like there's a whole program.
Yeah,
for
it's
this.
promoters. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but the certain promoters like to pick fighters from other gyms if they're going to certain areas. So, like for an example, Mountain Force loves Lionheart, and so they'll always try to get Lionheart. Any fight that's in Idaho Falls or nearby, they always try to get Lionheart on their fights there. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. The more you know.
Yeah, right.
I don't know anything in the MMA world.
It's different.
So how does it work from like a business standpoint as an MMA fighter? Like, is your goal to get like a manager, or like how do you
Yeah. What's
how
the
do
money
you
maker
elevate
in
yourself
this?
in this to actually make money?
Mhm.
So actually, I already have a manager. Shout out to Anna Kays at Teton Martial Arts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's a real one. I appreciate Anna a lot. No, but the money making side of it comes from when you're. So I'm an amateur still.
Okay.
You can go pro in Idaho whenever. I saw that they're trying to change it to where you have to have a year of experience, but I don't think they're doing that yet
So going pro, you don't have to earn it through anything like
for Idaho.
points or anything. You just claim it, and then you're like all in that division,
I'm a pro.
Right.
which could make you get knocked out in like your first fight.
It's an awful idea, yeah. Because
yeah.
with that, like your amateur record, when you go pro, it goes
Like,
away.
you can do that, but there's consequences.
Oh, the amateur record, like everything's
Just
wiped
goes
clean.
away. Yeah.
And you have to like start fresh as
Right.
I
Right.
see.
But if you just jump into pro, your record's stuck, you know. And so, like, say you like lose your first 3 fights trying to learn the fight world. Well,
You just like shoot yourself on the foot essentially by
exactly.
jumping in too soon.
yeah,
Is it so? It's just amateur and pro. It's like the two divisions.
correct.
And you're still amateur.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. And so like the people that fight in UFC and all that, they're pro,
Yeah.
right? Bellator.
Yeah.
Those
How do you know when you're ready? It's like a coach tell you, like, I think you're ready. Or just,
That's a good question, actually. We kind of have my manager and I have talked, and we kind of have like a roadmap laid out.
Okay.
I've had some things send me back, some health issues send me back. So the idea was to have 6 to 8 fights this year,
okay.
but I had to take 2 breaks,
Uh-huh.
2 separate occasions. It kind of just comes with the sport, you know, you get injured, things like that.
Did you get hurt during like a fight or like training?
Yeah.
That was your obstacle that set you back.
Yeah. This most recent time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I ended up breaking a rib.
Oh no.
Yeah.
During a fight or like some
no.
other accident?
No, we were sparring. It was after the 4th of July, right? The day after. And my manager had gotten an invite for us to go out and spar with these people in Shelley and a few people from out of town, right? We're all meeting up in Shelley. And this guy threw for people that know kicks, a spinning heel hook or spinning.
I have an idea of what that would look like.
Yeah, he pretty much turned his heel into like a baseball bat, right?
Yeah, and you like kick right in this. Yeah.
Yeah, while spinning. Yeah. So he hit me and connected pretty good, and it broke.
Damn,
the
it just straight broke your rib.
Yeah. You can still feel it too. It's like there's like a good crack.
Oh,
in,
that probably
bone.
hurt so bad.
Did you know right away?
Actually, it took me like a breath or two, and then once I started breathing, I realized.
Something's not right here.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, I usually know when stuff like that happens.
6 to 8 fights though in a year seems like a lot still. Just like the
Yeah.
toll on your body one fight would take to heal, and you
Like
know,
one every 2 months or so. That's
yeah,
enough time to
twisted
heal.
your ankle like a month ago, and
I'm still recovering
Yeah.
from this twisted ankle.
like a bad,
Right.
yeah, like more serious injuries. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do another fight? And
Well, health is key.
it's tough.
Health is key. Diet, exercise, all that. I mean, obviously, when I broke the rib, I couldn't do anything for 4 weeks. I'm actually
Yeah.
just getting back to it. But with that, there's still some things you can do, stretching and all that. So when you are down, there's still avenues you can take, and then
Sure.
try to eat healthy, you know. But other than that, I mean, I am hitting the ground running. I'm definitely fighting a lot more than most people, even pros. But I'm kind of, if you ever get to know me, I'm kind of an all-in guy.
Okay.
And so I just
You've decided that you're doing this, so you're doing this.
exactly. Yep. So yeah. Anyways, going back to what all this brought us to. I plan on going pro probably like sometime next year, but who knows, right? Injury and stuff like that might happen.
Yeah.
But 6 to 8 fights is the idea. That's kind of what my manager and I have lined up. Yes, to get 6 to 8 fights before turning pro.
Do you want to have like a certain record at that point?
No, like I
No?
said, amateur.
Just anything is fine.
Right.
Just get it out there and
Right. I mean, I want to make sure I'm, putting up good fights for my supporters.
sure.
But at the end of the day, I am looking for challenges. You know,
Yeah.
if it looks like a guy can beat me, I'm like, yeah, let's fight him.
Good. Okay. So yeah, you're looking for the challenge. You don't want to find an
Absolutely.
easy fight that you're like, okay, I can kick his ass.
Absolutely. Correct.
What weight
Okay.
class are you in?
45, 145.
Okay.
Yeah, I started at 155.
Is that hard for you to maintain? 145?
No. When I go pro, I'll go 35, maybe 25.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wrestled my whole life, right? So cutting weight to
At
me,
125?
yeah.
That's smaller than me.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like
That's
40
a big
pounds.
toll on your body.
Oh, sure. I don't know.
135 to 119 to high school to all of the
Right.
extreme cuts
And now you're doing
Right.
that again in your
as an adult.
life. Crazy.
Right, and it actually does get harder once you become an adult.
Oh, I
That is a
bet
true
it gets so
fact.
hard as an adult.
Yeah, that is a true fact. But I don't know. I don't really think about it too much.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Just
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, just
What do you
it.
do like day to day?
What do you mean? Like for weight or
For work?
for work? So I kind of just pick up jobs here and there.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually getting ready to head out of town to go to Montana to do flagging.
Okay,
for
like for
cars.
construction and stuff?
Right.
Okay.
I also so the problem with work is I have to have something flexible to
Yeah.
work around. I mean, because I train like 10 hours a day,
Yeah.
fights,
Because if
things
you're
like that.
pursuing this, like you gotta
Right.
sacrifice other things.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was an arborist before that, working for Davy Tree.
Okay.
We were clearing the power lines for the city of
Okay.
Idaho Falls, right?
Yeah.
But quit doing that about 6 months ago, and then I also just work a part-time job at Jack in the Box, just kind of help ends meet.
Yeah, like you said, the flexibility, like that's the hardest thing with a job when you're working for anyone else is literally
Yep.
your schedule.
Yep. And then the Jack in the Box, my brother-in-law runs it, so I kind of have flexibility there.
There you go. That kind of helps with the in.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that's tough too because you have to find something that doesn't drain you during the day. Like,
Yeah, see, when I was an arborist, I mean, that's some intense work. It's fun. It's a blast. I mean, you're climbing trees with chainsaws, you know what I mean? Like,
Literally.
yeah, it's a blast.
Yeah.
But with that, I mean, you're climbing trees with chainsaws, you know? It's a lot.
And you could easily just hurt yourself, like
Doing that.
hurt a wrist, hurt an ankle, like anything, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I've gotten a couple scars from that job for sure.
Yeah. So you need like a non-hurtful job during the daytime,
Right.
so you can heal.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly. Yeah, so the whole arborist, I mean, the idea was until I go pro to keep being an arborist and fight. But I just wasn't improving as fast as I wanted to.
for your fighting.
Right.
I see.
And then the first break I was talking about earlier that I had to take this year was because of that. I wasn't getting enough sleep, and it was causing my white and red blood cells to drop. It wasn't good. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No.
No.
Just sleep is so important.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
I'm bad with that too.
Yeah.
I'm bad. Yeah.
when you're hustling and you're working all hours as like an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
it's like no sleep exists.
Yep.
Fortunately.
Yep. I'm sure you guys can relate.
Literally, I'm on like night 4. I'm like, I'm so ready to have like go to bed early.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Okay, so how do you leverage your social media for your loyal followers?
Yes. Well, so I kind of just
Or are you working on your social platform of your brand? I need to
no,
stalk you
I've
and go
already
and see.
no, yeah. No, I've already created a brand, I guess, or branded my fighting persona.
Okay.
But I kind of
how'd you come up with your nickname?
Yeah, like How did that process go? Let's figure out.
So the nickname, that is it's a nickname I've had for a little bit, for a couple of years. My buddy originally gave it to me, Cody. So I used to make music, okay, and he was trying to give me an MC name.
Good stage.
Yeah, right. And I had just shaved my head, so I just become bald. And he kept on
calling you a Martian.
Yes, exactly. He kept on calling me a Martian. And he's like, dude, your name's Tate Martin. What if you're Tate Martian? And I'm like, oh, okay.
It works.
Right.
It works.
No, I see it.
Yeah. And then
For the analogy.
right.
If I saw it on TV at the UFC fight on the bottom of the screen, I'd be like, oh, okay.
It looks legit.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so wrestling, right? I wrestle a lot. And so with my manager Anna, we were practicing, and we had just gotten the fight offered to us for Fierce, and they were asking for a nickname, and we were like, I don't know, should we just go with that one, or she's like, I don't know, we'll think about it. And then she's like, do you have any nicknames? I told her Martian, right? And we're like, okay, we'll think about it. And then I started wrestling her husband, and I was just taking him down over and over. And she's like, yeah, let's go with the Martian. She's like, because you keep abducting him.
No, I like it. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good play.
That's why I have that nickname.
I think it's perfect.
Thanks.
What's your walk-in music
Yeah.
when you fight?
It changes from time to time, but I usually like
What was your last one?
It was Deadwood by Really Slow Motion.
I don't know if I know that.
No.
I don't know.
I haven't told
Maybe
it's
if
off
I
a
heard
movie, but I don't know. I
I
haven't
bet
watched
if I
the
heard
movie.
it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But it's kind of just like a guitar riff with some bass here and there,
Yeah.
So since you have the wrestling background, do you wrestle more than you box? Or
No, well, it depends. I like to look at myself as a well-rounded fighter. I'm not quite there yet, but that's definitely what I want to become. That's just kind of the sport nowadays. If you're not well-rounded, good luck.
So do you train boxing a lot now to kind of like make up? Because you probably have a lot more natural ability with the wrestling.
Right. Yeah. Wrestling's kind of, I can still get better. I can always get better.
Yeah.
Right? So I work on everything still, but I do practice Muay Thai, which is kicks, punches, elbows, knees, all that. I practice that probably the most, just because that's where I need the most work.
My wrestling coach in high school did Muay Thai, and it's all the leg kicks and stuff. And the dude had 2 metal hips. And when you would like kick him, it would like hurt your leg.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Weird.
and he would use it against you. Like,
Oh
like
my
it didn't
gosh.
hurt him. It didn't bother him. Yeah. He would like tempt people to kick him. Like,
Oh.
yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't even think about that. That's gross.
I didn't even know people with like a hip replacement could do that kind of stuff.
Oh, no. Yeah. You're allowed to.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
he was a beast. Like,
I'm sure you guys have heard of Conor McGregor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He fights, and he's got a metal.
that's right. Because when that happened.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He stepped on his ankle and
Dude,
snapped.
so
Yeah.
one time it was in high school.
Uh-huh.
We're at a practice, football practice, and our punter,
God.
it's just in practice. Like I think it was like a Thursday before a game, so we're just like half pads. We're just running through it, and this I don't know what happened, but our punter like does a punt, so he like kicks it with one leg, so he comes down on the other one, and right when he came down, some kid comes in from nowhere, I don't know how or what, and hit his shin, and it snapped and came out. It
Out the
literally snapped, like between the knee and the ankle, like right dead center on the shin, broke in half, like completely out the skin, and you could see it and everything. And
my
it was
gosh.
insane. It took him out of sports for like
for a while.
he ended up playing senior basketball like 2 years later, but he had like a metal rod and everything, and it was but just seeing it in person, I was like, what the
Yeah, it changes you,
Like,
man.
holy shit. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play.
Oh my god.
Like, it was,
Yeah, I remember at a wrestling tournament in Boise, I watched this kid break some guy's arm.
oh
So
my God.
He got put in.
Like in a match?
Yeah. He got put in an arm.
Yeah, time for gross wrestling stories. Let's hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
He got put in an arm bar,
Okay.
right? And he started going, and the kid tried to bridge out of it. And
Like, so
snapped
it was
his arm.
behind him, and
Yeah. So like he had like the one guy's arm was right here, right?
my
And his arm's pinned like this.
God.
And he tries bridging out of
Why,
it and
dude?
snaps his arm. And the guy's like, I think his arm's broken to the ref, right? Like he lets go, and the ref's like, huh? And the kid rolls around, and you see his arm just zigzag. It was awful. The worst break I've ever seen in my life.
This
Like
was in like high school?
Yeah, this was my junior year of high school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Zigzag, dude. It was bad. It was gnarly.
So I wonder how often there's like terrible breaks like that at these
It's a
like,
lot. I mean,
tournaments and stuff. That's
a lot.
oh my
Because I had another
gosh.
one that same season. That kid I just mentioned that snapped his shin.
Uh-huh.
Our linebacker that season, I think it was in a game, rolled his ankle and like the bone came out of one side of his ankle, like he broke his ankle, and like a really bad one, like it is like straight 90, like
See, and you know when it breaks the skin, that's a bad break.
Uh-huh.
That's bad.
right.
I can't even
bad.
imagine something breaking the skin.
I know it's
Like
crazy
that's
to see.
horrifying right now. I can't even.
That's when you know there's surgery for sure. There's no question about it. There's surgery for sure.
My gosh.
So what are you mentioned? You have to cut like 20 pounds if you want to get to where you're at, but you're
More than that.
already skinny. Like how? What kind of
Water
things
weight
do you
manipulation.
do?
That's
yeah.
what it is. Yeah, at the end of the day, water weight manip. You see, pretty much dehydrate yourself. I mean, starving. You starve yourself probably
Oh,
like
easy.
like I don't know. It takes a different type of person to do it.
No kidding.
Right,
It's
for
a
sure.
it's a mental game.
Yeah.
That's all mental.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you hear people say it all the time. You know, these sports are 100% mental. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Because your body, your mind will give up way before your body does. Way before. So as long as you keep your mind on track, your body's usually pretty good. You know, and it'll listen. So anyways, you just starve yourself for like probably 3 or 4 days before. You know, not quite starve, but you start like
You know.
cutting down meals. Right. Go straight to protein, whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the day before is when you dehydrate yourself.
Have you ever missed weight?
Wrestling, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 3 times maybe. Yeah, it happens.
In high school, it's like, this is a stupid story. Like, it's not a thing that anyone actually does. It's just stupid kid, high school kid, but with a stupid dad who encouraged him. But this kid, it was at a not even a tournament. It was just like a regular match.
Okay.
The dude was overweight by like 0.3 pounds.
Uh-huh.
So he goes over to the bathroom and punches himself in the nose to make a bloody nose. And his dad's
yeah.
like encouraging it.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just like waiting until blood comes out a bit. And I think he ended up making weight. But,
yeah.
but I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. I've ate chew before.
That was like maybe oh, dude.
Yep.
Oh my.
I've thrown up
gosh.
before, but like
Yep.
that not through like an I mean, that's not
That's
shouldn't be
still
allowed.
even like
Oh
But-
no, I mean when it was
to be throwing up to hit weight.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely probably illegal for sure, but I've done it. Yeah. I mean, and really at the end of the day, I mean, everyone, at least that has done the sports for that long, has probably done
You
something
punched
like that.
yourself in the nose.
No, I haven't done that. No, I don't bleed very easy, man. It's annoying. Same with bruises. Yeah, I don't bruise. So I've like fractured my face, no bruising.
Uh-huh.
My rib barely bruised, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
You're a lucky one.
I mean, it'd be nice to have one of these promotion pictures with me. I have a black eye, you know. They look kind of cool.
Right? Just like makeup or something.
Right? Should I? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Might have to hit you guys up.
So how does it work from like start to finish with a fight? If there's a fight coming up, does your manager get a call from them, reach out to you,
Correct.
tell you have to like accept it?
Yeah. So my manager, she finds all the fights for me.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Which they can't all be here, right? You have to travel for that, right?
Correct. Yeah. So my last fight was in Utah.
Okay.
Because it's not far traveling.
No.
I bet there's a scene in Utah. Like there's kind of it's another
Yeah, it's bigger than
area,
here.
you
Yeah,
know?
bigger than here for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, then again, we just got like the Mountain America Center, so
maybe
give
that'll
us-
help.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be nice to see a local, promotion
That would be cool.
like an East Idaho
like a
fighting
yearly kind
promotion.
of.
Yeah, and just throwing
event.
fights often.
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Right.
But
Let's host one.
yeah, dude,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
How do you do that?
I have no
We'll
idea.
just
I'd
put
have
up
to
a
look
ring
into
in here.
it. Yeah, the smoker.
Uh-huh. We'll just put some tape on the ground. It's
Yep.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, throwing money on the buy-in, right?
Yeah, let's
and then
do it.
winner takes the pot.
Uh-huh. I'll take bets.
Underground.
Yeah.
So how did you find your manager? Like the steps of like someone who is wanting to pursue this career. Is that what you think your first step is?
Question.
Or
It's gotta be hard.
No, your first step is practicing. Get it.
knowing you can do it.
Being good enough for a manager to take you serious.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. First step is practicing.
Okay.
And I'd say practice for at least a year. I mean,
Yeah.
it was 3 years for me.
Okay.
And I'm still losing. So
Were you like publicly doing it, or were you kind of like quietly practicing?
quietly practicing?
Quietly practicing
Yeah.
that. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. And then I kind of went open about it, I guess, like 6 months before my fight. My
Okay.
first fight.
Okay.
Once I knew I was actually going to start fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually when I found my manager too, Anna.
Was when you already had a fight lined up?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, she still found the fight for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was just calling local gyms because I was trying to start cross training because I figured, I'm going to go compete. I got to get as much practice as I can, learn multiple styles, whatnot. Called her, talked to her on the phone, and then I ended up we just kind of clicked. And so I decided to have her be my manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. And usually any gym that you go to, the head coach will usually be your manager.
Sure. Okay.
So like I know Weston.
They're in the scene. They know what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Weston over at Lionheart, he's a good manager.
Okay.
He's the one that's built that relationship with Mountain Force and Juan Pablo. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the ultimate goal like UFC?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yep. 100%.
Big money fights.
The fighting,
So you're like a shit talker then to build up the hype?
No.
You're not a McGregor?
Humble. I'm very humble.
You should be a McGregor.
No. No. I know it's clickbait and all that, right? And I know it drives your numbers, but I don't know. I got a pretty good
You're like, I can't be that persona.
No, I can't. It drives me nuts. I love to watch those guys lose. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was scripted or not, but that when he was shit talking Nate Diaz
Oh,
at
yeah.
that press conference.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like
It's funny.
yeah, Connor's got some stuff that like
He's funny.
you just can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's the accent that helps too. You might have to get a fake accent.
Right?
Yeah, I might have to.
Irish accent.
Australian.
Australian.
Something
there
a
you
little
go.
bit different. You can't be just like McGregor. It has to
Yeah.
be like a different one.
Right. I already get compared to him enough.
That's so funny.
That's true, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Look.
ball and
Yeah.
everything, Yeah.
You kind of look like him right here a
I
little
guess I
bit.
could see that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
What's
fun.
your favorite style of fighting between all the things you do?
Man, so this last fight, I did a lot of, they call it standing and banging, right? But it did a lot of like striking, no wrestling, nothing like that. And I love it. It's amazing. Yeah,
So
so
do you-
probably Muay Thai.
If you're not fighting to actually like see live film, how do you know exactly what to work on? Like, I mean, I'm sure you know like your weak spots, but like,
Because everyone's different.
is it
Right.
just where the coach comes in?
Yeah. Coach, you can record yourself too.
Is that something you do?
Yes.
Watch a lot of footage.
Yeah. Well, and also it's good for content, right?
Sure.
So,
Sure.
then I mean, also it's kind of like cheesy and old school, but shadow boxing, that's a real thing. Shadow box in front of
Okay.
a mirror, you can see, how your head movement is, all that stuff. So,
No, that's
for-
important though.
Oh,
To like literally
100%.
see yourself doing it. Because when you like physically do it,
yep.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you need to see what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's lots of ways to better yourself and know where you're at. Usually also these MMA gyms are usually sparring. So you'll feel where you're at. when
Do
you're
you
sparring
feel
with
like
someone.
you can find people around here that like push you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who says it? Max Holloway says it. He's another MMA fighter, right? He says never lose the white belt mentality.
Yeah.
White belt isn't like jiu-jitsu or all these other like taekwondo, stuff like that. You have belts to rank yourself up.
Like a beginner's mentality.
White belt is like beginner, right?
Mhm.
And I will always keep that. I mean, I'll even learn from kids or whatnot. I mean,
Totally.
if they beat you at something, even if they get one thing on you, cool. There's
Yeah.
something you can better.
Mhm.
How they do that, learn from that. So yeah, there's definitely people around here that push me. I think the one that pushes me the most is Dom Vidro. He's a pretty good fighter. He's undefeated right now out of Idaho. So
In Idaho specifically.
yeah, he goes to Lionheart.
Okay.
Yeah, we practice often.
Mm-hmm.
But
Is he your weight class?
he's one bigger than me, so he's 155.
It's a pretty good match for you to practice on.
Yeah, yeah,
If you can pull things off on him, you
yeah.
should be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're complete opposites. I'm more, I have more of a grappling strength,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's really good with his hands, really good. So we're really good for each other.
That's good,
For
though.
each other's weaknesses.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask, do you have like a mentor for this?
Yeah, I mean, all my coaches are
Just
mentors.
all the coaches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
all
Have
my
any
coaches.
of your coaches made it to that level of like UFC?
No.
Or have you met anyone? Because like that seems important. Like it could be helpful, if someone actually was in it to give you that advice. Like,
Right. So
The next steps.
yeah.
probably gonna have to
Yeah.
move to meet, but
A
that
big
is
city.
yeah.
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 Mhm.
I'll definitely still put on for IF, but I'm probably gonna have to move.
Sure.
most
'Cause you'd
likely
be
when I go
committed to
pro.
doing that, right? Like you want to move, you want to go and pursue
it's
this,
already,
and like.
yeah, it's already been calculated.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
already in
So where would you move? Like LA, or like where's the hub for this? What's
Vegas, Phoenix,
Vegas?
I mean, those are the two I'm considering really.
Maybe
Vegas and
Vegas.
Phoenix.
Yeah, because I'm like, where the fights are? Anything?
Well, so the UFC's everywhere.
What do
Yeah.
you have to do to
What?
get to the UFC? Like, how do you get?
There
a
is no
UFC
like
fight?
set criteria.
Okay,
There isn't?
No, it's common. You have to be at least 3-0. That's like common
That's
criteria.
it.
that's not that, not the long. Like,
Pro
Yeah.
3-0, right? And then other than that, what the UFC cares about is your numbers,
Okay.
your following. That's
really,
the end of the
Just
day.
if
a business
like
for
you,
them too.
yeah,
It's a
your
business.
personality.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep, yep.
dude, you got to be a McGregor.
Put on the show.
Yeah.
Right,
Fake it.
right.
Well,
I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it. Well,
that's the hard thing though with like social media and like the
Really?
importance of social media. It's like having to put yourself out there when you're not normally the one who's gonna put yourself out there like that.
right.
Like it's
right.
it's another mental shift.
Right,
of,
right.
you
And how
know.
much of a persona are you trying to put up, and how much of the real you?
Yeah,
trying to
because
and all
it's like
that,
you're just
right.
opening yourself
Just
to more
think of,
like
like,
judgment and critique.
WWE
and, like,
wrestlers, like, there's not any of their normal personas.
100%.
Like, just turn it on.
That's
You know,
true.
like,
They're an actor.
if anything, you like respect them more because they can just like turn it on. It's like it's
Yeah,
a
that's
cool
true.
ability.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true. It's funny. We've done a few music videos for some random people in Hawaii, and we had this one who he came in like a baller. Like he was a rapper. He was famous. He had like hired cars and like a guy to drive him around all day and like models. He didn't let the models change in his AC car. He had people like signing autographs.
Okay.
It was like, who knows who this guy is? I don't know who
Right.
this guy is, but he had that clout and he was bringing it and making everyone else believe it too.
Yep. You're selling the
He
dream.
was selling the dream.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good
So
for
it's just
him.
interesting if like you put that persona out there, I guess people will respond to it.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think there is something to be said about the humble guy too, though.
Oh,
I do think, yeah,
100%.
I do. I mean, you know, you got like Peyton Manning. People loved him. He was humble. He never, talked shit or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Cause
or
some
even
dramas.
right, or like in the MMA world, you got like Max Holloway. He's pretty humble.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Got to be whichever one you can hold out long term.
Right. Yeah.
You're not gonna enjoy it if you're being someone fake the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and also I don't know, maybe I have too big of a heart, but I also kind of want my message or my persona to be good for the world.
Sure.
I don't think Conor McGregor's are good for the world.
He's just stirring
Yeah.
dramas a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure, you want to be you're still a peacekeeper even though you're fighting.
He
Right.
fights for good.
Yeah.
He's Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, new stage name.
Love it. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if you have that platform, at least for me, if I have that platform where I do have a large influence, I'm gonna try to do some good with it.
Sure.
you know?
Sure. So do you have any methods of what you're doing to get there?
Get a
It's hard to
following?
do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just like your basic social media stuff, like your online marketing, right? So post a lot,
I'm always curious if everyone has different techniques and like their styles of what they post. Like if they're doing reels and like having
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what
silly
you're saying. Yeah,
reels,
yeah,
or if
okay.
they're like just you like boxing and you kind of just like see like moody stuff.
Right,
you
right.
know?
Yeah, okay, I'm following.
Yeah,
So
uh-huh,
I put a lot of like my practices on my stories.
Okay.
Right. Same with like whenever I'm getting ready to fight, like making weight, like I'll check my weight, put that on my story, stuff
Mhm.
like that. And then I also post a lot of quotes.
Okay.
Just-
Motivational and
Sure.
Mhm.
Motivational, informational, things like that.
yeah.
That's kind of what I do to get my following. So
Just let
far
them
it's
like
working.
follow along the journey.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's interesting though to like follow along the journey of someone pursuing an MMA career. You
Yeah.
see different things than you normally would. I'm sure.
Right.
Have you had any friends that have made it to the pro career, like UFC level?
No. So it seems like the athletes in the UFC level kind of go in like, same with like hip hop artists, right? They go on like seasons.
Hmm.
Or like it's almost like they take turns. So it's like one group goes up. Once those artists are dead, next group goes up.
It
right,
does
type of
always
thing.
happen like that. It's like
Right.
batches of people.
Right. And it seems like it's the same way for the UFC. So
That makes sense.
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to see like Dom or a couple others.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if you had seen that transition from them going from the amateur to pro and what that was like for them.
Right. Yeah, so I guess the group I'm fighting with, we're still amateurs, what I'm trying to say. So we're still on our beginning phases, you know.
Do you think that makes watching the fights like more exciting? Like
hands down. Yeah,
maybe a little bit more like chaotic and less like planned. Like when you watch UFC fight the whole first round, they're just like feeling each other out. Like, is it like that or?
I mean, you get some in amateurs. It seems like you either get a banger of a fight or you get like a boring fight. There's
one
no
or the
in
other.
between. Yeah, I guess every once in a while you catch someone like just destroy the other guy, right? But it seems like in MMA that doesn't happen very often. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure why, but yeah, but I don't know, man. I just like watching all fights, amateur to pro. You know, they're all fun. I mean, who doesn't? Fighting is like everyone gets it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like basketball where some people don't understand the points and how that works, or even football, right? It's like everyone understands how fighting works.
But even just like seeing someone like maybe hit someone else, it was like, oh, like that kind of just gets the attention.
Right.
It's just an attention getter anyway, because you're like, oh my God, what's happening right now?
You just punched him in the face.
Yeah, and we're all cheering this on. This is great.
Have you had concussions?
Oh, yeah.
How many? You're not at the limit yet?
He's past the limit.
Yeah. How many?
There's no limit.
Well, you're asking like the CTE limit?
Yeah. I had a friend in high school that got pulled from school, and he had to like literally be like homeschooled because it was like he was having like mental problems because he had so many.
Yeah.
Where he would like get headaches and stuff, and it was like really bad for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's definitely something that, you know, I've kind of accepted it might happen to me.
And he was a kid who was like a state champion. Like, he was going to go to college for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And to drop out completely, like not allowed to do like any physical sports for the rest of his life.
See, so the MMA world's not regulated like that, at least yet. So, you know, unless it happens at the fight itself, it doesn't go on paper trail, it doesn't. So there is no limit for MMA.
That's crazy.
Yeah, unless it's in the fight. Then it's like you get knocked out, you have to take a 30-day suspension, right? Things like that. But
maybe it could have been because it was in high school, like the kid I was talking about, where it's like 100%. Your situation, you're an adult, like
you can make your decisions,
right?
Yeah.
Well, even like college is regulated like that, right? College sports are too. It's just I think it's because MMA is still kind of. I mean, it's not new by any means, right? Mixed martial arts, like fighting, has been around for forever, but the sport of it is still a little newer. So. I think that's why. Yeah. At least it's getting more. It's newer as far as attention goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So UFC is MMA, right?
Correct.
So I feel like I've seen UFC for the last like 10 plus years as like being really popular. Yeah. So is it only in the last 10 years that that's become like really popular?
So
like
the
last 20 years, 10, 20 years?
Right. So the UFC was started in like, I want to say mid 90s or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it was started around the 90s.
Yeah.
By they're called the Gracies.
Yeah.
And they're over in Brazil, right? And then they brought it to the US. They're the ones that kind of had the business idea of making it like a big thing. And then Dana White, and then there's another company, I can't remember the company's name, but they're pretty much just like the not sponsors, but the money behind it, right, to get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Dana is like the president. He does run the show.
Okay.
And he did help buy it.
Not just a spokesperson as well.
Correct. Right.
He's got his hands all involved in this here.
Right.
So you said you have a roadmap with your manager. Like, how long was that roadmap for?
Well, originally I wanted to go pro next year. Like the beginning of it.
2 years out, 3 years out, or?
No, not 2 years out.
1 year.
Yeah, I'm still looking like 1 to 2 years, in between then. Health willing.
So you'll be 20 going into it, like going in pro, right?
Yeah, 27, 28. Yeah. Still
young and spry compared to the 40s, 30s, 40s.
But in the MMA world, that is getting a little older.
It is.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you got other people that like what is his name? The warrior of God or the soldier of God. He's like 40 something, almost 50.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, it's just a number.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. And he's still kicking ass.
That's like Simone Biles. Like, she made history of being like the most gold medals and like best gymnast ever at the oldest age.
Right.
Like the person who did what she did, no one has. And the closest was like 22 years old.
Right.
And she's 27.
She like blew him out of the water.
Yeah.
Too.
She's like.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Yep. I think it just comes down to every person.
Yeah.
As far as age, your lifespan in a sport. So
yeah.
So how long is being pro part of that roadmap? Like how long you would want to stay pro for, or do you not think of that yet?
Well, when you get pro, it's like that's just your career now.
No, I mean the career. Like is MMA something you're like, all right, if I get pro and make it to UFC, I'm gonna stay in it for 3 years, or like,
is there an exit plan? Yeah.
Have you even thought of that?
Yeah.
I don't have an end date, but I do have goals. So, yeah.
That's good though. Focus on the goals right now.
100%.
Not the escape plan.
Right.
I guess, I'm just curious because it's such a sport that takes such a mental or a physical toll. Right. Like how long can you physically like
do it?
Like
I think that has a lot to do with when I'll call it quits.
Sure. Who knows? Yeah.
Right.
We're feeling it out.
Right. Yeah.
So do you have advice for someone who is wanting to pursue their own passion or career?
Yeah, just take the leap. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, don't be afraid to fail. You might fail. It happens, but just do it.
Probably will fail.
Yeah, you will fail.
You'll learn, you'll pivot.
Yeah.
Yep. But as long as you just keep going, keep on trying, keep getting back up,
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, if you don't achieve it, at least you tried. Right.
I saw a quote the other day. I liked it. It was kind of like that. It was like, I've failed more times than you've tried.
Yes.
And I think that's a good mindset to have.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better try.
Yep. I like that quote.
Yeah.
Just sucks that you're trying means you get hit.
Face. Broken ribs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And all sorts of broken stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
My mistakes are like, oh, I forgot the SD card. Yours is like,
SD card is full.
broke my jaw today. Forgot to duck and
Now I can't eat for a week.
Yeah. Right.
Or drink water.
Yeah. No, super cool. I definitely will have to come see a local show next time there's something here. But
I'm curious.
hopefully we see you on TV soon.
Yeah. I'd like that. It'd be cool.
Well, thank you so much for being on our podcast today and learning more about you and your career.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So where can everybody look you up to follow you and follow your career as you grow?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram.
What's your name?
Taite Martin, TAITE Martin.
Okay.
Then on Instagram, it's Martin Taite. Spelled the same way.
Okay. So everybody, check him out there. Hopefully there'll be some local fights around here soon that we'll see.
Right?
Yeah, there's one coming up in November. Mountain America, I will be fighting at.
Oh, Mountain America.
What's
nice.
the event called? Do you know?
It's Fierce Fighting Series some number. I forget the number.
Just so you can keep an eye out for it when it comes around.
No, absolutely. It's coming on.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's November. Be at Mountain America.
Cool.
Fierce.
So you're prepping for that one.
Absolutely.
Getting mentally ready.
Yep.
Physically ready.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Wait for the opponent.
We'll have to go check that out for sure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you guys there.
Yeah.
Have to give you a free shirt or something.
Totally. We'll rep for you.
Cool.
He gets knocked out. We'll take a picture next to him.
We won't put that into existence. Don't speak it. No manifesting that one.
No, this guy's going pro. We're just joking.
He's going pro. We're manifesting that one. So.
Right.
Okay.
Very cool.
So if you made it this far, please like, subscribe, follow to our podcast. It means a lot and makes us want to keep going. And then follow him also.
Yep.
Support his MMA career.
Taite Martin, Film Garage 208.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See you.